Welcome back to week 7. I hope you enjoyed the weekend and I hope you had plenty of rest. I want you to start off today by increasing your cardio by 5 minutes. So now that's a total of 45 minutes each day. Today's a weight training day, so we've got chest and we've got triceps. So I'll see you at the gym. First exercise that we've got for chest is incline flies. So find yourself a bench, such as the one that's pictured, and you're going to grab some weights that will allow you to warm up comfortably at around 10 to 12 repetitions. So make sure that your palms are facing each other when you come up. You slowly come down, get a good stretch, sticking your chest up at all times, and then breathe out on the way up and breathe in on the way back down. Once you've completed your warm-up, we're ready to go into the first set. So get some heavier weights that will allow you to reach absolute failure at around 10 to 12 repetitions. So make sure you start with your arms up straight, hands facing each other, then you're going to come down, get a good stretch with your arms slightly bent, and then back up. Do this movement as if you're pretending to hug a fat person. Get a good stretch out, keep your chest stuck up, and then bring your arms up with your palms facing each other. You need to be reaching absolute failure, remember, at around 12 repetitions. Once you cannot do one more rep, that's it, your set's completed. You're going to do 3 of these sets in total. Once you've done those 3 sets, we can move on to the second exercise, which is flat flies. So this time, you're going to do this exercise on a bench, such as the one pictured. You're going to get some weights that will allow you to reach failure at around 10 to 12 repetitions. You're going to lie back and go straight into your first set because you're already warmed up. So come down slowly, again, get a good stretch, and then come up with your palms facing each other. And this time, your hands should be coming up above your chest. So breathe out on the way up and breathe in on the way back down. Make sure you keep your feet flat on the floor and keep your back flat on the pad. Get a really good stretch with your arms slightly bent and then back up. Once you've completed 3 sets of this exercise, rest in for around 45 seconds between each set, then we're ready to move on to the last exercise for chest, which is decline flies. So again, you're going to come down, get a really good stretch, and then back up with your palms facing each other, and those dumbbells should be going up above the lower portion of your chest. Now you haven't done this exercise before, so make sure that you get used to the movement. It might feel weird to begin with, and make sure that the decline bench that you're using has got some foot supports to stop you from sliding down the bench. So this is predominantly going to work the lower portion of the chest. So once you've completed 1 set of this exercise, rest for around 45 seconds, complete another set where you reach failure at around 10 to 12 reps, rest for around 45 seconds, and then perform that set for a 3rd and final time. Once you've done so, chest is finished and we're ready to move on to triceps. The first exercise that you're going to be doing for triceps is the bench dips. So find yourself a bench such as the one pictured. You should remember this exercise from last week. You're going to put your hands either side of your butt, and then you're going to lower yourself down with your back almost touching the bench until your arms reach a right angle, and then you're going to push up until you lock out. Remember, stay close to that bench. So that's just your warm-up now, just to get the fluid into your joints and into your muscles. Now we can go straight into the working set. If you find it too easy with your feet on the floor, you can have your feet raised, just like Jim is demonstrating here. Make sure you keep your back close to the pad behind you. Lock out at the top, get a good squeeze, and then back down. Once you've done 3 sets of this exercise to absolute failure, we're ready to move on to the next exercise, which is overhead barbell extensions. So grab yourself a barbell or an easy bar like the one that's pictured. You're going to come down slowly behind your head with your elbows tucked in, pointed forward, and then you're going to extend up until your arms lock out. So just come down until the barbell just goes behind your head, and then you're going to extend back up. Make sure you keep your elbows in and pointed forward the whole time. Breathe out on the way up and breathe in on the way back down. Once you've done 3 sets of this exercise, put the weight back and we're ready to move on to the last exercise for triceps. And this is on a dip machine. So find yourself a dip machine like the one that's pictured. You can put some weights on it to go straight into the first set. Again, you should be using a weight that will allow you to reach failure at around 10 to 12 repetitions. So sit into the machine and put the leg support down on your thighs to stop you from raising up from the pad. Keep your elbows pointing back and come up until your arms reach the right angle. And then you're ready to push down until your arms lock out. Be conscious of squeezing your triceps at the bottom of this movement. Breathe out on the way down and breathe in on the way back up. You need to do 3 sets of this exercise, reach an absolute failure on each one. And once you've completed the dip machine, we're ready to go on to the last muscle group that we're working today, and that's the upper ab. We're going to be performing crunches to work this area. Make sure that your legs are raised, just how Jim is demonstrating this exercise here. His legs are at a right angle. He's supporting the weight of his head by putting his hands on the side of his head instead of cupping behind. He's breathing out on the way up and breathing in on the way back down. You need to be reaching absolute failure on this exercise by just pushing out as many reps as you can possibly do. Once you've done so, rest for around 45 seconds and do this twice more. Once you've done that, that's it, you're finished. So make sure that you cool down on a bike or treadmill for 5 to 10 minutes. Have your protein and Vitargo shake, and I'll see you back at the office. That was a great workout, very good. So tomorrow is a non-training day, but I need you to come back because I've got a great show for you, and it's all about healthy eating versus fat loss eating. A lot of people think they're eating healthy for their fat loss goals, but in fact they're not. So I'll be able to distinguish that for you. So make sure that you come back bright and early tomorrow, and I'll see you then.